Hi guys, hello Mary tell you it is an interesting day. We worked on that unboxing video earlier together. That was a really fun thing. But I did not get a chance to tell you about an upcoming project, communications, about doing a video on Cable 13, pretty much like we do here on YouTube. And I talked to the station manager, whose name is Chris, and I showed him a few of my video clips, and he was really very excited about it. He gave me some paperwork I need to fill out, which is including the rules and regulations, and of course the contractual obligations for me for the program. And everything looks good, except for one thing. I don't know how much of my existing YouTube media would really make a good, suitable program for you on Cable 13. I'm going to work on it. Okay. The first thing is that there is a lot of questions about how much to talk about, how long should my programs be, do I want to keep it as a series of programs, would I like to do them individually instead, would I rather maybe focus on topics like I do on this channel and try to stick more to those topics specifically. Some of these questions actually apply to my YouTube as well, so therefore they're good questions to ask even the YouTube audience. There's also questions about the fact, since I do have Patreon as a funding source as well as GoFundMe, if that's okay for Access TV, I'm going to need to talk to Chris at Charter Communications, and ask him if I need to do something different because of the fact I got GoFundMe and crowdfunding. If I'm lucky enough, maybe I won't have a problem. If I'm unlucky enough, I might have to make some significant changes to the programming. The good news is that we are going to be using this studio. That's right, my studio, to do the Cable 13 programs, as well as to do the YouTube videos. After all, I know my equipment just as he knows his equipment. He shoots in NTSC, I shoot in PAL. He's got several $100,000 of gear. I got maybe about $2,000-3,000 in gear. But what was interesting is that me and Chris were able to sit down and talk shop. And what we talked about is, I'm just looking to see if the cat's around here, can't see him anywhere, is what, we look for, and both of us look for, in a quality presentation. And it's really kind of interesting to talk about that and to talk about how to improve our video presentation. And that's what we're going to do. We focus on making our videos, and we're trying to educate the public. Look at the splash screen. What does the splash screen say? It says North American Snow Queen, right? It says spiritual, technological, meteorological information. Okay? I don't know what you're going to say. Isn't that kind of backwards? I mean, shouldn't that be information meteorological? No, because it's information by itself. It's not really, in this case, it's not specifically a noun. It is a noun, but it's, the other ones almost are describing it, or almost are adverbials. Okay, so because they describe the type of information that we do. And also we do is we tend to focus on trying to get out into the eye in the public and to encourage people to think things through, to expand their horizons, to grow. And that's what my channel has been doing for years. I never filled out a goal plan on my channel. Okay? I never thought about it. Originally, when I started out here on YouTube, I was like every other YouTuber. I had the stars in my eyes, but I had no goal. Okay? So, well, maybe like some, I did kind of have a goal when I started my channel, but it was originally was for me. This channel is still called MicheleMarieDalene because that is my name. Duh. You know? It's not called the North American Snow Queen. I did consider changing the name of the channel. But that would mean that I would end up changing the name of my email address and everything else too. And so I decided, no, I'm not going to have a special channel just for Snow Queen issues and just a regular everyday MicheleMarieDalene channel. That's just ridiculous. There isn't enough material specifically to cover meteorological issues. It's a great idea. It just doesn't work out in practice that way. One of the other things I noticed too is that I never really talked much about my background or what happened to me or how I grew up or where I started out or anything like that. Every time I'm on the internet, you always see me, I'm always kind of like disinterested. I'm always kind of in the background. I'm not really in your face right there, you know. I'm not exposing my emotions to the pulls and tugs of internet heartstrings. I have many reasons why I have such a large shield at the wall. Let me give you a couple of them. People don't like legally blind people. A lot of people feel extremely uncomfortable dealing with anyone with a handicap at all. Second of all is, likewise, we with a handicap are tired of people getting the wrong idea of what we can and cannot do. Okay, for example, I have a cataract in my right eye that was getting, and notice I said past tense, was getting worse. I'll talk about that in a second. And the point where I was almost ready to hang it up. Not necessarily because I was getting disenfranchised with videos so much, was because of the fact is that my cataract was making it almost impossible for me to do my job and do it well. This is last year. And then this year, you know, I looked at all the videos and all the topics I've discussed and all the news articles and everything else I've done. And I just felt that I couldn't go any further. I was just wearing myself out. I said that about 3 videos ago, that I needed to take a break. I took that break. I didn't like it very much, but I took it. I took a downtime. I took a time out because I knew I needed to do it for my own sanity. Not so much because I was trying to prove to the world that I'm Miss Tough. I'm not. I'm really actually very soft. I'm a good spirit. Another thing is that people really hate people who sit there and brag and toot their own horns and say how great they are. I'm not that great, okay? Mother Asna knew that being the North American Snow Queen was my destiny in the Akasha Records. That was what I was here to do. To be one of the people to show that I could maintain the winter weather as a way of responsibility for myself and for my actions. I have focused hard to learn how to do it. I took the oath that she gave me at the time of my coronation with self-seriousness. Michelle, do you understand this is for life and beyond life? And you can never be given up. I knew what that meant. I said, Mother, I do. Why? Because it makes me feel like I'm part of something wonderful. I'm a part of the we can do this team. Not part of the it's impossible team. Although I tend to see myself more like we can do this, but it might be difficult team. Okay? Which means is, but, in that case, at least you're not saying it's impossible. We know we can do it. It's just going to be very difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep trying. 46 years old. Never been married. 46 years old, I'm still a lesbian. And yes, 46 years old, I'm still on this earth. And 46 years old, I'm still kicking butt and taking names. That's a lot of time to be around on earth. One of the things that I've talked about before is one of the things that people they have misunderstandings of people who are handicapped, saying things like, "Oh, well, why did you bother to go to college if you can't see? Why did you bother to go study for a degree when all you can do is just sit on your fat ass and do nothing?" Because I knew that I wanted to do more than sit on my fat ass and do nothing. I dream of pursuing the American dream, just like everybody else does. I want to get off my fat ass, as is colloquially put. And I want to go out there and I'm going to fight. And I'm going to fight for the rights of all men and women and children, regardless of your handicap. Because I love you. Just as I love Mother God. Mother Usna has been a staple in my life. She has been the cornerstone of my faith. She has been, to me, the most blessed thing ever. So when my eyes started really going bad in my right eye, I went to the doctor like everyone else does. He told me, I don't think I can fix it with cataract surgery because of the nystagmus in your eye. He said, it's really, really dangerous. Person with nystagmus is like trying to hit a moving target. I can't even tell you I can do the surgery. I didn't want to go through the surgery. I didn't want to risk my eyes. I could not have maintained taking 7 prescription medications before and after the eye surgery. I could not do it. I did not have the capability. But I always had a strong heart and a strong faith. So I got on this. I got in contact with Mother, and I said to her, Mom, look, I know my eyes have been badly beaten up over the years, because I'm getting older and everything. But if it is your will, could you please fix it? Do you know that since I put that prayer in earlier this year, that my right eye is almost totally cataract free? How do you like that? Almost totally cataract free. I was so blinded I couldn't even see the damn E on an eye chart. And now I can see at least the E, even if it's a little fuzzy. I used to walk around, I put my hand over my left eye, and all I could see in my right eye was a giant fog. I couldn't even see anything. I couldn't even read my iPhone. Cool, huh? You think about that. We talk about things that people do that are miracles. we talk about the famous miracles like of the patron saints of the Catholic Church, right? You know, like Saint Augustine and you know, Saint Catherine of Siena, and of course Saint Thomas Aquinas and Saint Francis of Assisi. All of whom I like very much, thank you. Especially Saint Francis of Assisi and Saint Clare, which happened to be very special to me. Because even though I am a pagan and I worship Mother Aslan, Father Yahweh, I still am Catholic as well. I still love the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. But, you know, the Catholic Church and I do have some minor issues that I would love to see fixed. First thing is I would like to see the traditional Latin Mass returned to all churches. At least all churches that can make the facilities capable for both. If they cannot consider having the Tridentine Mass in Latin, why can't we put it in the vernacular of the people, but in a way that everybody can understand what's going on, and at the same time experience the 5 elementals of earth, air, fire, water, and of course the Holy Spirit as it was supposed to be. Sometimes that's hard, isn't it? Because, I mean, you think about it. You go into Catholic, many churches say you won't smell too much incense anymore because of 2 reasons. Number one, you got people who have asthma. If you got too much incense in there, they're going to be having an asthma attack. That's not fun. I have asthma. I know. Okay? But at the same time, I also understand that, and so I am a little more understanding about the issue of the use of the incense to represent the element of air. Likewise, some parishes have a hard concern about fire safety, and so they don't want to deal with real fire because they're afraid something could go wrong and the church could go up in smoke. Understood. I don't have a problem with that. Some parishes have problems serving the body or the blood of Christ because people, unfortunately, some people are alcoholics, and just getting a sip or 2 of the holy sacramental wine could be enough to send them back down the slippery slope of their disease. Understood. Then there are people who cannot eat gluten, and so find themselves unable to eat the sacred body of Christ. So yeah, there is problems, but that doesn't mean that we can't overcome them. We just have to find the right way. So anyway, here's the problem. We have come a long way from those early days of 2011, March, when I did my first video. I wanted to bring some of my videos and bring them to Charter Cable Access Channel 13, but I found out that some of my channels or topics were either too short or too long. One of the things I learned long ago is that from my YouTube users, you guys don't like really long videos. If it's longer than 15-20 minutes, I've lost you. You like it short because a lot of you guys have the equivalent of ADD. You don't want to sit through a long video. You got busy lives and you want to get it done, in less than 10 minutes. I tried to satisfy you. But if I'm going to be putting a program over on Cablevision, I would have to find, or Charter for that matter, I would have to find a way to make a video that is a 25-minute period of time to fit into a program slot, which is either 30 minutes or an hour. Some of my videos could easily be an hour long. And some of them can't be. The most important thing is that I want to keep working on doing the things I do to reach out to you. And that's something I promise you. Now, I did a video a little earlier besides the one with Lumi. I tried to do one earlier, but I was off center. And the camera, so we had to reshoot it. That's what we're doing here. But the main thing is I really would like to ask you if you could, do you have any suggestions? Honestly, suggestions for video topics? Because I really need some, not just for the Public Access Channel 13, but also for this channel. I really don't know what else to talk about, guys. Please, could you help me out here? Let's talk. Let's open the door. Let's hear what you got to say. And also, please do not forget to like or dislike. Share with your friends and family and enemies. And don't forget, if you got a suggestion, good, bad, neutral, whatever, I want to hear it. Please post it in the comment sections below or in the email address that is given at the end of this video. Okay? And don't forget to subscribe. I don't need to lose my subscribership. I will admit that taking that short break from the videos helped me a little bit to refocus on who I am and what I am. But I'm always open for ideas. So let's talk. Let's come together. Ask me the questions. Give suggestions if you can. Let's do this. Thank you very much, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.